Guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Elvis Lass and on YouTube, but my name's Michelle. Nice to have you here. And today is Sunday, so we're going down the route of co-stars. Every second week I'll be doing co-stars. So, and then on the other weeks I will be doing movie double features. On a Sunday, it's always movie day on my channel. So if you like the movies, be here on a Sunday because you'll get loads of movie content, as much as I can put in. Today we're looking at Laurel Goodwin, and she's from Girls, Girls, Girls. Now, really, with Laurel, it's very tricky. No, it's not. It's easy to do video, but she has a video with Gates of Graceland, and there's a few other interviews on YouTube. So if you want to get to know of Laurel Goodwin, then there's loads there because she has done a good few interviews that are really interesting, and I love her interviews. So I really recommend you go and watching that. I'll put all the links in the comments or in the description bar. Sometimes it might take me a little bit longer because this goes up at 7 in the morning. I am not up at 7 in the morning on a Sunday. I'm up about 10. So it will take me a little while to put the links into the comments, but they will be there, I promise, a couple of hours later. So come back if you still want to see those videos. Come back and look in the comments. So yeah, let's get cracking into Laurel Goodwin. So Laurel, let's see if we can find some information here. She was a child model. She made her screen debut as the love interest of Elvis Presley in the Girls, Girls, Girls movie 1962. She was a co-star in a Paramount comedy Papa's Delicate Condition in 1963, playing Augusta Griffith, the daughter of Jackie Gleason, and Amblin Griffith. She also appeared in the Western films Staged to Thunder Rock in 1964, Law of the Lawless in 1964, and Glory Guys in 1965. Her work as a guest actor on several drama television series, including a role in Star Trek pilot episode The Cage, from which scenes featuring Goodwin were later incorporated into the episode The Menagerie, and Mannix, A Question of Midnight. So, yeah, a lot of people do post pictures of Laurel from Star Trek. I think that's pretty an epic part of her career. Yeah, that's interesting. I'll hopefully have put up some pictures that I've got here from Star Trek. She also played roles in some comedy series. These included the role of Phoebe, the chief's niece, in the TV comedy Get Smart, and the role of Stella in 2 episodes of the Beverly Hillbillies, Robin Hood and the Sheriff, and Robin Hood of Griffith Park, and they were both in 1967. Post-acting career. So after retiring from acting in 1971, she pursued a career in home nursing for over 35 years. And when her husband became ill, she began taking care of him full-time until he died about 1.5 years later. Oh my goodness. That's so sad. Bless her. There's also a link down in the bottom there that took me to another place, and it says that Laurel was also a co-producer on the Burt Reynolds film Stroker Ace with her late husband Walter Wood, which is interesting. She has talked about Elvis quite a bit on interviews that I've watched, and they're really good. But she's also done a lot of Star Trek conventions and talked on Star Trek conventions. And they asked her, what are you up to nowadays? And she said, well, actually not a great deal. I'm living in Palm Springs, where I have been for 20 years. After I retired from acting in 1971, I went back to school and picked up not a complete nursing degree, but a nursing degree. I was credentialed and all that, and went into home health care. We're talking taking care of seniors who were pretty badly handicapped and really needed someone who knew what they were doing. I did that for many years, and then about 7 years ago, my husband became very ill, so I nursed him through a very long and slow, painful decline. I don't recommend it for anybody, but we had a wonderful 43-year relationship, and so I would do it again. Oh. Now, of course, on to Girls, Girls, Girls. I mean, one of my absolute favourite movies, and I love Laurel in it, Miss Dodge. I think she's brilliant, and one of the standout scenes for me is the parrot scene, and Elvis isn't in this one. It's when she goes into the hotel, and she's she's trying to pretend that she lives in that hotel so that Elvis doesn't know that she's mega rich. So yeah, she's trying to get into the hotel with her parrots. You'd have to watch it. It's not funny when I retell it, but it's a good scene. Yeah, and I think she's really, really good as Miss Dodge. She's fabulous, actually, because she's quite independent, she's quite fiery, and she keeps him on his toes, and I like that about her. Now, they obviously have a very famous scene with Walls Have Ears. Yeah, you'll know about that if you know about Girls, 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 and it must have been a pleasure for her to act in that scene with Elvis. for obvious reasons. She does say that she was spotted by Hal Wallace for Girls, 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 and she said, when I learned I was going to do the role, I was a little hesitant, startled, stunned, and nervous, which you can imagine. But Elvis helped Goodwin relax, and during the weeks of shooting on location in Hawaii and doing interiors on the Paramount lot, he was extremely kind. Fortunately, we were involved with involved dialogue and scenes straight away, which he put me at ease immediately. It wasn't like working with a phenomenon, but with someone who was just doing a job. It was fun because he was informal as well and considerate. A couple of times he'd take the brunt of something that went wrong instead of letting the blame fall on a small person. Off camera, Goodwin described Elvis as being big brotherish to her. I had no romance with him, but we became good friends, she explained. I learned an attitude of relaxation from him and not to take the stardom bit too seriously. It helped me to keep my balance. I think I owe a great deal to that alone. So, like a big brother, Elvis was protective of Laurel. In the photoplay article, she explained that during filming, a boyfriend started giving her a hard time. Without telling her, Elvis stopped the trouble by sending a member of his entourage to tell the boyfriend to cool it. Goodwin learned that Presley preferred the musical part of making movies over serious scenes. Elvis was a really shy person. He'd feel much more comfortable if I were behind the camera while he was singing and dancing. Never heard that before. That's interesting. Laurel Goodwin's most treasured memory of filming was with Elvis came off camera. We used to play touch football between scenes and would have great fun. Some shots were taken by the still photographer. When they were developed the next day, Elvis picked up a photo of me, which I looked dreadful, messy, sweating, and said to me, "Isn't that a gorgeous leading lady?" He definitely had a sense of humour. The film sequence that we were talking about earlier in Girls, Girls, Girls might have made a distinct impression on Laurel, but if so, she was discreet enough not to mention it in public through the years. Likely the actress noticed what was happening, but she was good enough not to mention it or talk about it. Good girl. Laurel received positive reviews for her work on Girls, 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 though Variety, for example, panned the film but singled out Goodwin for praise. So, yeah, they would do that though. But she was good. She was really good, but they wouldn't give that to Elvis, I guess. They did say that she has a cute homespun potential of a Doris Day. Oh, that was nice. I would love that if they said that about me. In the photoplay article that we were talking about, she expressed that her regret that Elvis never found the happiness in his life that she had found in hers. I sensed a deep sadness inside him, she concluded. He was such a phenomenon and he could never outgrow it. Oh, that was by Alan Hansen in 2010, this article was. And they took lots of her words from the photoplay article that she'd done previously. So yeah, that is it for me today. Really interesting. Obviously there was a little bit less because Laurel has given up the limelight in 71 and became a caregiver, which is an amazing job that she done, and then looked after her husband also. But we have so much in this video alone about her and Elvis. She really is open to talking about Elvis and about her career, which is really amazing because then we have lots of knowledge around that time, which I really love. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I hope you enjoyed the pictures. And take care of yourself. Next week it's Fun in Acapulco double feature. I can't wait to share it with you. Come back and watch it. Until then, see you later.